Hey, third graders. So we read chapter 1. We found out that Crenshaw is introduced as a surfboarding cat who is scared of the water and has an umbrella. A little different there. So we are now on to chapter 2. There's our Crenshaw. Here's the thing. I am not an imaginary friend kind of guy. Seriously, this fall I go into 5th grade. At my age, it's not good to have the reputation for being crazy. I like facts, always have. True stuff. 2 + 2 = 4 facts. Brussels sprouts taste like dirty gym socks. Facts. Now, is that really a fact? The 2 + 2, definitely a fact. But the Brussels sprouts that taste like dirty gym socks, some people really like them. So they would say probably compare it to something else. So that's actually an opinion. Okay, maybe the second one is just an opinion. Hey, we just talked about that. And anyway, I've never eaten a dirty gym sock, so I could be wrong. Facts are important to scientists, which is what I want to be when I grow up. Nature facts are my favorite kind, especially the ones that make people say no way. Like the fact that a cheetah can run 70 miles per hour? No way. Or the fact that a headless cockroach can survive for more than 2 weeks? No way. Or the fact that when a horned toad gets mad, it shoots blood from its eyes? No way. I want to be an animal scientist. I'm not sure what kind. Right now, I really like bats. I also like cheetahs and cats and dogs and snakes and rats and manatees. So those are some options. I like dinosaurs too, except for them all being dead. For a while, my friend Marisol and I both wanted to be paleontologists and search for dinosaur fossils. She used to bury chicken bone leftovers in her sandbox for digging practice. Marisol and I started a dog walking service this summer. It's called See Spot Walk. Sometimes, when we're walking dogs, we'll trade nature facts. Yesterday, she told me that a bat can eat 1,200 mosquitoes in an hour. Oh my gosh, that's what we need. We need a ton more bats to get rid of these mosquitoes. Facts are so much better than stories. You can't see a story. You can't hold it in your hand and measure it. You can't hold a manatee in your hand either, but still, stories are lies when you get right down to it. And I don't like being lied to. I've never been much into make-believe stuff. When I was a kid, I didn't dress up like Batman or talk to stuffed animals or worry about monsters under my bed. My parents say when I was in pre-K, I marched around telling everybody I was the mayor of Earth. But that was just for a couple days. Sure, I had my Crenshaw phase, but lots of kids have an imaginary friend. Once, my parents took me to see the Easter Bunny at the mall. We stood on fake grass next to a giant fake egg and a giant fake basket. When it was my turn to pose with the bunny, I took one look at his paw and yanked it right off. A man's hand was inside. It had a gold wedding ring and tufts of blonde hair. "This man is not a rabbit!" I shouted. A little girl started bawling. The mall manager made us leave. I did not get the free basket of candy eggs or a photo with the fake rabbit. That was the first time I realized that people don't always like to hear the truth. Chapter 3. After the Easter Bunny incident, my parents started to worry. Except for my 2 days as mayor of Earth, I didn't seem to have much of an imagination. They thought maybe I was growing up too fast. Too serious. My dad wondered if he should have read me more fairy tales. My mom wondered if she should let me watch so many nature shows where animals eat each other. They asked my grandma for advice. They wanted to know if I was acting too adult for my age. I said not to worry. No matter how adult I seemed, she told them, I would definitely grow out of it when I became a teenager. Dun, dun, dun. Chapter 4. A few hours after my Crenshaw sighting at the beach, he appeared again. No surfboard this time, no umbrella. No body either. Still, I knew he was there. It was about 6 in the evening. My sister Robin and I were playing cereal ball in the living room of our apartment. Cereal ball is a good trick for when you're hungry and there's nothing much to eat till the morning. We invented it when our stomachs were grumbling to each other. Wow, I would love a piece of pepperoni pizza. My stomach would growl. And then hers would grumble, yeah, or maybe a Ritz cracker with peanut butter. Robin loved Ritzes. Cereal ball is easy to play. All you need are a few Cheerios or even a little piece of bread all torn up. M&Ms would be good too if your mom isn't around to say no sugar. But unless it's right after Halloween, you probably don't have any. My family goes through those guys really fast. First, you pick a target to throw at. A bowl or a cup works fine. Don't waste a wastebasket because that might have germs. Don't use a wastebasket because that might have germs. Sometimes I use Robin's T-ball cap, although that's probably pretty gross too. For a 5-year-old girl, that girl can really sweat. What you do is throw your one piece of cereal and try to make it into the basket. The rule is you can't eat that piece until you score. Make sure your target's far away or you'll finish your food too fast. The trick is that you take so long to hit the target, you'll forget about being hungry. For a while, anyway. I like to use Cheerios, and Robin likes Frosted Flakes. But you can't be picky when the cupboard is bare. My mom says that sometimes. Oh, man. So just thinking about this, like, they're hungry a lot. They eat cereal, but you only get a little bit. This sounds like really a tough time for this family, doesn't it? If you run out of cereal and your stomach's still growling, you can always try chewing a piece of gum to distract yourself. Stuck behind your ear is a good hiding place if you want to use your gum again. Even if the flavor is gone, your teeth get a workout. Crenshaw showed up, at least he seemed to show up, while we were busy throwing my dad's bran cereal into Robin's cap. It was my turn to throw, and I got a direct hit. When I went to take out the cereal piece, I found 4 purple jelly beans instead. I love purple jelly beans. I stared a long time at those things. Where did you get the jelly beans from? I finally asked. Robin grabbed the cap. I started to pull it away, but then I changed my mind. Robin is small, but you don't want to mess with her. She bites. It's magic, she said. She started dividing up the jelly beans. 1 for me, 1 for you. 2 for me. Seriously, Robin, stop kidding around. Where? Robin gobbled down the 2 jelly beans. Sloop, she said, which I figured meant stop teasing me with candy in your mouth. Aretha, our big Labrador mutt, rushed over to check things out. No candy for you, Robin said. You are a dog, so you eat dog food, young lady. Aretha didn't seem interested in candy. She was sniffing the air, ears cocked, toward the front door, as if we had guests approaching. Mom, I yelled, did you buy some jelly beans? Sure, she called back from the kitchen. They're to go with the caviar. I'm serious, I said, picking up my 2 pieces. Just eat Dad's cereal, Jackson. You'll poop for weeks, she answered. A second later, she appeared in the doorway, a dish towel in her hands. Are you guys still hungry? She sighed. I've got a little mac and cheese left over from dinner, and there's half an apple you could share. I'm fine, I said quickly. Back in the old days, when we always had food in the house, I would whine if we were out of my favorite stuff. But lately, we'd been running out of everything, and I feel really bad, and I had a feeling my parents felt lousy about it. We have jelly beans, Mom, Robin said. Well, okay then, as long as you're eating something nutritious, said my mom. I get my paycheck at Rite Aid tomorrow, and I'll stop by the grocery store and pick up some food after work. She gave a little nod, like she'd checked something off her list, and went back to the kitchen. Aren't you going to eat your jelly beans? Robin asked me, twirling her yellow ponytail around her finger. Because if you want me to do you a big favor, I guess I could eat them for you. I'm going to eat them, I said. Just not yet. Why not? They're purple, your favorite. I need to think about them first. What is there to think about eating jelly beans? Just eat them. They're delicious. You're a weirdo, brother, said Robin. I'm going to my room. Aretha wants to play dress up. I doubt that, I said. I held a jelly bean up to the light. It looked harmless enough. She especially likes hats and also socks, Robin said as she left with the dog. Don't you, baby? Aretha's tail wagged. She was always up for anything. But as she left with Robin, she glanced over her shoulder at the front window and whined. I went to look out the window and peered outside. I checked behind the couch. I flung open the hall closet. Nothing. Nobody. No surfing cats. No Crenshaw. I hadn't told anybody about what I had seen at the beach. Robin would just think I'm a mess with her, or just messing with her. My mom and dad would do one of two things. Either they'd freak out and worry I was going crazy, or they'd think it was adorable that I was pretending to hang out with my old invisible friend. I sniffed the jelly beans. They smelt not quite creepy in a good way. They looked real. They felt real. And my real little sister had just eaten some. Rule number 1 for scientists is this. If there is always a logical explanation for things, I just had to figure out what it was. Maybe the jelly beans weren't real, and I was just tired or sick. Delirious, even. Delirious. Yeah, that happens when you're really sick. You're just kind of so out of it that you're like, I don't know what's happening. I checked my forehead. Unfortunately, I did not seem to have a fever. Maybe I'd gotten sunstroke at the beach. I wasn't exactly sure what sunstroke was, but it sounded like something that might make you see flying cats and magic jelly beans. Maybe I was asleep, stuck in the middle of a long, weird, totally annoying dream. Still, didn't the jelly beans in my hand seem extremely real? Maybe I was just hungry. Hunger could make you feel pretty weird, even pretty crazy. I ate my first jelly bean slowly and carefully. If you take tiny bites, your food lasts longer. A voice in my head said, never take candy from strangers. But Robin had survived. And if there was a stranger involved, he was an invisible one. There had to be a logical explanation, but for now, the only thing I knew for sure was that the purple jelly bean tasted way better than brand cereal. I'd eat the jelly bean over the brand cereal too. Have a good day, everyone.